Okay, so quick recap on what we did so far. So we were talking a bit about chord changes, okay? So going from one chord to the next nice and smooth. So first thing you can do to kind of help that whole thing along is get into the habit of having your fingers kind of hanging over where they're about to be needed, okay? So for example, if you're playing C, there's no point in doing it like that, right? Because your other fingers are doing nothing for you over there. But if they're here, then for example, going from C to A minor, a very common move, right? So if we go from here, there's the C, and then middle finger is hanging over here, and as well as that, first finger hanging over here as well, because F is another likely one that's going to come next. So then all you have to do once you have that set up is lift the third finger, put down the second finger. So C, A minor, C, A minor. It's switching between them gets much easier. So then from the A minor, F tends to come next. So then again, you're hanging over. So boom, there. That's all you need. And you don't even, and once you get used to sort of having it set up like that, you don't even really have to look after a while, and they come quickly and smoothly, and there's not too much thinking. So now with G then, so your next one is your third finger should be hanging over here, right? Now what tends to happen is these two fingers will come over here. The third finger coils up here first, and then goes back up, right? Which means it's going from A to C to B as opposed to just A to B. So what we want to do is try to get this straight down as these two are coming over instead of coming down here and then going over. Just try to watch that movement. So I'll just bring it up a little bit closer. There's the F. This one's hanging over here, and there it is. So there's no wasted movement there. Okay. So now, and if you find it difficult to keep it just hanging there as these two are coming over, it kind of runs away by itself. Just put it down and hold it there while these two are coming over. So there's the F. This goes down as these two are switching over for the G shape. So, so it's really just about making it nice and movement efficient. Going from A to B with the least energy, the least movement possible. That always kind of smooths things up a bit. Then there's other things you can do as well. But for example, normally you would do C like this, but if an E minor, as in Somewhere Over the Rainbow, is after it, then it's kind of a good idea to hold them out like this, and you can get your E minor shape ready already during the C. So you see the way I've got this one now up here on this fret, it'd be an F minor, well, add 9, but whatever. So there's the C. Knock it back a fret, put these down, and there's E minor. So once you get it like that, it's very easy. Very little movement there. It's obviously have to be delicate and careful about it and all that, but it does smooth things out a lot more instead of going from here to there. That there's a good bit more in that. Okay, so then we were talking about rhythm, strumming, picking, all that kind of stuff. So what I might do is I'm just going to record 4 bars of the Hallelujah, because the picking pattern there is the same no matter what chord you're on. So I'll just go from A or C major to A minor, and as I said, the count in, because this is in 6/8, is 1 2 3 2 2 3 in. Okay, so 1 2 3 2 2 3 in. Okay, so you're kind of, so try and avoid using one finger for multiple strings, because again, it's more efficient to just kind of have them all there ready to go. I could never do that with just one finger. So multiple fingers is always going to be better, and you want your movements to be kind of small and conservative. Okay, so that way, obviously, you don't have any real distance to cover to kind of get back to your original position. So there's that, and as well, of course, to make it more generally applicable to stuff that's in 4/4, all you have to do is just not double back on the chord with those extra 2 notes. So you're cutting it down to 4 notes. So that's just 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. All right. So there's that, and then there's strumming. So with the strumming in general, what's most important is that your hand is moving the same way all the time. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now, that doesn't mean you have to make a solid concerted movement every single time. Not necessarily. It's just that you have to keep that movement going. You don't want to sort of hold back. So, for example, a strumming pattern like this, let's say. So on the third strum, 1, 2, 3, I'm going down without hitting it. Now, what tends to happen is, people sort of kind of come up because it's intuitively you think if you don't want to hear a strum, then don't make the move for it, right? But that's the thing. You just got to keep moving all the time. And then, so for example, for something like Hallelujah, which is in 6/8 again, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The ones that you count are downs, and then you can get the ups in between that, okay? And as I said, you don't really have to be terribly specific about the pattern that you use. What's much more important is that it just keeps chugging along nice and steady, same speed, no interruptions, that kind of thing. So what you could do is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7. 1, 2, da 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 da. But just make sure it's not like this. So you see the way I'm waiting up here, instead of just not moving when I don't want to hit one, I will move. I'll just skip over it, right? And just so instead of this, it's going to be like this. So constant motion. All right, so that's about all we covered. And as I said, if I missed anything, just send me an email. But that should be plenty to be getting on with. All right, I'll see you next Monday.